Hi.
Hello, friends.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's good to see you, and it's good to have.
Two becomes three this week.
Yes. We've got a trinity of loveliness in Phil Dahl, our youth pastor, John Newman, our worship leader.
Former.
No,
Still employed, mate.
Still
You're not going
employed.
anywhere yet.
Not going away until the end of October. And me, Martin Travers, I'm the minister here. Yeah, so how are things going?
Oh, good. How's camping in the New Forest, John?
Oh dear, oh dear.
You were away last
I'll tell
week.
you what,
Was
the
it
worst thing about it was I was camping under trees and the big drips from the trees kept me awake, so I really did not sleep at all.
Did you get wet?
Very wet, very muddy, and very smelly as well.
Oh,
Tell us why, because there's a reason behind it, isn't there?
Yeah, back in January, it's because I follow the biblical festivals of Passover and Pentecost and Sukkot. This is Sukkot, so it's where you come out of your house, out of your safety, out of your warmth, into a place where all you've got is you and the elements and whatever shelter is above you. So actually, it's a really good exercise.
Yes.
It's supposed to remind you that everything we have comes from God, and to be thankful for what we've got, a roof above our heads. So actually, it's a really good exercise.
Yes.
Wow.
Great. Good.
You know, in the past, John, when you haven't been here worshipping, I've noticed that you've been absent because I really felt that the worship style changes in your absence.
Yeah.
But you know, the Sunday just gone. I mean this in no offence at all, but there was no notice of your absence because the worship was still so good. And actually, a lot of credit goes to you for that, for putting this core worship group together.
Yeah.
And for those of you that were able to tune in last week, I hope you appreciated it. I thought with Dan Cleveland leading the worship along with Jen and Kokwe and everyone, it was Catherine. Sorry, it was brilliant. And I assume you tuned into it as well.
Yeah, I didn't manage to tune into it in the New Forest, but I listened to it while I was putting my wet tent up in the garden, and I was just blown away. I really had a moment when all the voices came up above the instruments, and I heard some, I don't know, 4-part harmonies going with Kokwe.
Gary.
I wasn't watching
Was
it.
it
I was in my
Catherine? I can't remember
Gary,
if it was Catherine or Kokwe.
Catherine, and
And
Dan.
Jen
It's
and Dan,
really, really lovely. So yeah, I'm really happy.
It was,
Really happy to see that.
Brilliant.
And
Absolutely
just to say, just in case people haven't heard, the message has been going out today that yesterday we interviewed somebody for a successor to John, and we have appointed Dan Cleveland to be our next worship team leader, and gladly he accepted our invitation. So from actually the 1st of November, he's going to be our worship team leader after John sadly leaves us. So you feel good about that, John?
I do, and excuse me, I had just woke up from a night shift. Phil and Martin, they always say credit goes to me, but actually, I've just been watching how God has caused all sorts of things to happen. I'm just saying yes to that, and just kind of going with whatever God is kind of putting in place. So I'm just amazed. Wet fish moment, like what?
And actually, when we look back at when you first announced you were looking to leave, there was this understandable moment or two of panic of you know, you're leaving, you've been so great to the church, but actually when we all lean on God and realise his control, we see his hand in it all, and how he's just led Dan to be here, and you're going on to good things as well, and actually when you sit back and just think about God's hand in it, you're amazed.
It's amazing
how much provision he's given us, really, just in regards to worship.
And it's also hope for OBC, because we know God has massive plans for OBC and coming into the future, and my life as well. But I'm so pleased to see that God is got his hand over this.
And you know, for the first time actually since opening up, we have a full church this Sunday. In other words, we have actually over 100 here on Sunday, and so bookings have been stopped at this point. If you have booked and you discover that you can't come anymore because of one thing or another, please let us know, because we'll have other people waiting to book instead of you. So please come, but do remember that. And it's fantastic, isn't it?
It's great.
We have 100 people wanting to come to church.
And to reiterate, actually, it's still a very safe place to come.
Yeah.
We've had no issues with safety, really. And we're blessed to have such big space. We're still not using the balcony, but we're able to spread people out into their families and so on, to be able to allow that many people. But such is the greatness of technology that, again, John's helped put together with Sanjay and team. We're in the studio now, and that studio will broadcast the service to people that can't be present. So on all fronts, we're able to bring Jesus to you, which is great.
And remember, whether you're in the building or whether you're watching online from home and singing your heart out with the songs, which we can't do in the building, please remember that we're one church together, and it's under Christ, one church and one faith. Together, and be encouraged, be blessed wherever you are.
Yeah, you're not allowed to sing in church, and you're not allowed to wear your pajamas.
No.
Two things you can do at home.
Actually, I was talking to
or
Veronica
even watch
this week.
naked at home.
Oh.
Yes.
Martin.
Whoa. Can we restart this? Yeah, I went to visit Veronica. Hello, Veronica. And
Veronica.
she was saying that
She wasn't
really...
naked, was she?
Oh, my goodness me. I can't remember what I was going to say now. And she said it was such a blessing that she saw just kind of this outline of people sitting in the church, and she felt like she was there herself, just to know that people were in the church. So even watching online, she had that kind of experience of being one with us, which is really lovely to hear.
We were excited too about what God's doing with the children and young people's work.
Yeah,
and,
I think I shared
seems
last
to
night.
be a new energy there.
I think so. Yeah, I shared last night at a meeting that I think for the month of September there was a lot of hesitation from the young people, and I know from speaking to a lot of them, they were thrown into the deep end at school since they started back, and there's a lot of expectation, a lot of pressure, and a lot of stress, because they're catching up with lost time from being off for so long, and there's still a relatively unknown future. But because of that their faith at times hadn't been at the forefront of their minds, and I get that, I get it completely. But actually now they've settled in. It's like you said, a bit of a re-energized spirit. And last week was great. Our Youth Alpha, I have to say to any parents that are watching, or to any of you young people yourselves, the Youth Alpha that we're doing on Fridays is just a joy. Just to hear you ask so many questions about faith, about Jesus, what it all means. I couldn't be more encouraged by your enthusiasm. But loads of things going on with children and young peoples. I believe actually David is starting to explore the idea of doing a tiddlers group online, and that's interesting to know how that's going to work. All the way up into the uni ages as well. We're trying to do as much as we can online and in church. I think what helped actually on Sunday is that I got pizza for them.
Yes,
and I think that was a good selling tool. Pizza always sells.
I saw that picture.
Yes,
it was a lot of pizza. And I'll tell you what was amazing is that they got through it all.
Wow.
They're clearly not fed enough at home. But hey, I tell you what, if they're not fed enough, they should try Meals on Wheels.
Yes, indeed, yes.
I spoke to Karen earlier, and she was cooking away for next week already, and preparing meals and menus and whatnot. And it was ginger and mango cake this week. Did you try it?
No, I didn't. No,
Did you try it?
I missed that.
I didn't. I must say, when I'm down here during the week, I'm so jealous of all these people getting these Meals on Wheels. I asked Karen, could I just quickly get one from here? No, it's going to the people online.
I tell you what, we have to congratulate Karen because she's become a grandma in the last few days.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
She has, yeah. Her son Matthew has, his partner has given birth to a boy called Oscar. And we congratulate and rejoice in all of them. Actually, I feel sorry for Hannah, Hannah Wolf, because she's stuck in Cardiff where they're quarantined.
Yes.
So she can't come home to see her nephew, which is a bit of a shame. So,
my goodness. Congratulations,
Matt.
Matt.
Congratulations for them, absolutely.
You know, on Saturday, was it this last Saturday? We had a church family meeting in the church. Was
third.
it last?
Yeah, it was.
Wow,
Yeah, third. Yeah.
Goodness me, days go by quickly,
Too quickly.
don't they? And one of the things we did was elect some new deacons. Some of the deacons stood down, and other deacons were elected, and I have to say unanimously elected by the church. So we were really glad that joining us last night at the leadership meeting were Helen Purak and Tim Williams and Liz Salins, and unitedly in a leaders team meeting last night. That
It went really well,
really
wasn't it?
good, wasn't it?
It was great to see new faces. I did miss Addy, John and Pauline,
Oh, yeah.
because it's been ever since I started. They've been on the leadership team, so for them not
Sure.
to be there was a little bit strange. But it was lovely to see new faces as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, lots to go through as well, and I think lots to have been discussed at the church meeting. But it was a real positive meeting, I think.
It
Actually,
was,
wasn't it?
it was.
We've had a real positive week actually, from the meeting, the worship,
Yeah.
interviews, and so on. It's been really good, and knowing finally that John's leaving is just.
Oh,
Do you know what? I've been
cherry
listening
on the
to
cake.
his comments
and
about
do you know what, guys? Do you know what? Tomorrow, I reveal my age. Tomorrow, I'm 63.
Whoa.
You wouldn't
So
believe
that'd
it,
be
would
Friday,
you? Looking
wouldn't
at
it?
this,
So-
And
looking at this,
that final black hair has just turned white.
looking at this body, you'd think, goodness me, 21 years old.
Oh, you're talking years, not stone. Sorry. Goodness. Sorry, Martin. I'm so confused. for a
You know
moment.
that Beatles song, "When I'm 64"? We could change it to "When I'm 63." Will you still love me? Will
No.
you still hug me?
No,
When
not
I'm
allowed.
63.
Socially distant.
Oh,
Socially distant.
So, actually, for people tuning in Sunday morning, it would have been 2 days ago your birthday. So,
yes.
imagine it's Sunday morning. How was your birthday on Friday morning?
Oh, it was really great. Actually,
What did you get?
The family are taking me. The family took me out. Took me out to a meal at a restaurant in town, and we're looking forward to that.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
You
No, I
enjoyed
had it. I had
You
it.
enjoyed it?
Yeah.
What did
yeah.
you eat?
Yeah. Now it's really confusing people.
I tell you what I really liked on Saturday.
I got a great word for today for my birthday. You know, I've found this great word for today that says outwardly wasting away, but inwardly being renewed day by day.
Outwardly wasting away.
so-
Inwardly being renewed day by
Yeah.
day. I didn't know if you noticed, but you know the Walnut swimming pool had opened again.
Had it?
Yeah. It's open
Oh.
since last week because I knew
Oh,
you were
wow.
going swimming before lockdown.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Have you been there?
I'm a member myself, but I haven't been. I went to try and take
They've got
Elijah
water back
to
in
the
there.
soft play. Yeah, no, there's no water. You've got to run up and down the pool. But no, they've got the water back in the pool. The children's pool's open as well, but it's obviously very limited people, and you've got to book your time.
Is there any
slot.
sauna? Is the sauna open?
I'd imagine not.
Oh,
but I
I
didn't
hope-
ask. I'd love it if the sauna was open.
That's the only thing I went to. And
Yeah.
I've got a talk on Sunday about it actually, but on Saturday, Paul Mulley spoke about the shoebox appeal.
Oh yes, yes.
And I just wanted to say thank you actually to Clark's in Orpington, because Clark's in Orpington have given us, well, by Sunday it would be over 50 shoeboxes to help
great.
to help us. And for those that don't know much about our shoebox appeal, it's run by a company called Mustard Seed.
Yeah.
And look them up online. They are fantastic. And this year we are filling shoeboxes with bits and pieces for children of specific age groups, and they're going to Moldova, is it?
Moldova, yes.
Moldova,
yes,
yeah. We're really blessed actually that we can send gifts along every year, and even in this year, we can do it, and they're still finding ways of getting it across to other countries. So we didn't know if it was going to go ahead, but
That's crazy.
we're glad that it
Mustard
is.
Seed. I remember back
Mustard
in the
Seed.
late 90s, early thousands, I was privileged to be able to go out with Mustard Seed when they had a band, and we played for all the towns that we were distributing.
Oh, wow.
And we had thousands of people just jumping up and down to
Really?
delirious songs. And
Were they doing
and
the
then handing
shoeboxes
out.
then as well?
Yes, as
They
well,
were.
alongside. It's a really good time with Tony Trott and
Okay.
co. Back then, I don't know who does it now.
No,
Anyway, yeah,
I don't
it's-
know.
Yeah, good
I
memories.
just noticed a comment on Facebook from Gary Glacier, of course, is one of our lovely worship team members, and it says, You must have had a long paper round, Martin. Yes, Gary. Yeah.
Yes, Gary, it's so true.
I remember I was sacked from being a paper round boy.
Really?
Why would you be
I don't-
sacked from doing a paper round?
People, I look back on it now with a laugh. People left things out on the doorsteps, and I thought it was
You thought it was a gift?
yeah.
What? And you were sacked because of that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I didn't even know they had newspapers back then,
Yeah.
let alone bikes.
There we are. Moving on.
Actually, have you been out on your bike? Have you been out on your bike
Let's
since you
move
got
on.
it fixed?
Let's move on. We need to pray more.
Tonight we can. We're on a prayer course.
Yeah, that's the link.
Very good.
Yeah. So tonight's the third of the prayer course of 8 sessions, and it's with Pete Gregg. And actually, he put on Facebook the other day, Pete Gregg, that is, who I follow. Can any church tell me about their experience of the prayer course online? So I sent him a message saying we're doing it at Orpington Baptist Church, and we have over 40 to 50 people joining us each week, and it's fantastic for us. And
It's a great
he
resource.
liked it. So that was
look at you.
Yeah.
Name dropping.
That's right. So that's tonight, and tonight
And
we
what is
move
petition,
on
did you
to
say?
petition, give us this day our daily bread. Yeah, yeah. So we're looking forward to that very much tonight.
These courses have been good. The Bible course and the
And
prayer
I'll tell you
course.
what, actually, Dan Cleveland in his interview yesterday mentioned a music course, didn't he?
Oh.
I don't know if you've heard of it, the Worship Central music course, I guess it's called.
I've heard
It's
of
like a
Worship Central.
Yeah, it's like a
yeah.
Didn't know
6-7 week
about the
music course exploring exploring worship, I guess, and
Right.
it's not necessarily teaching you how to be a musician. It's more teaching you how to worship.
Fundamentals of worship.
I'd imagine so, yeah. And Dan was saying how good a resource is it?
Brilliant.
So
Wow.
that could be one of his first jobs, I guess, when he starts next month.
Zoom worship course.
I'm a bit worried about this, interview. I know it's going out live, and I've made all these confessions.
Yeah. Where were you when you stole from all of these houses? Was this down in Poole?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Blue light.
The police have just turned up.
Someone's dobbed on
Police
you.
have just turned up.
Is your John having you here as well? It's made me kind of
Worried.
Why
No.
is it? Because I'm
Stupid.
all kind of open, and here we are.
Here at OBC, we're losing the plot.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So, John, I just wanted to ask you, last few weeks before you go, you're not going to be worshipping much, are you, in the practical sense of being
always
on
be
the stage?
worshipping.
But I mean, on the practical sense of being
No,
on the stage, you're going to be doing bits and pieces, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I'm going to take a step back and kind of tweak the sound desk and come up here and tweak things that I've been longing for 6 years to tweak, but I can't because I'm playing up there. So this is going to be a really exciting time when I can have a little look at what's going on and listen. And I'm trying to make it so that as at least things can go wrong as possible and make things very clear, especially for Phil.
Well, for me and Sanjay and the team, actually, the whole broadcasting team, I think, have been really good in getting to grips with what's been set up here.
And I'm really hopeful, actually. I'm really happy that Dan is also very skilled at things like this. And actually, on my last Sunday here, I'm going to be leading the worship a bit more. So Dan gets a chance to come and wander around during a service.
Oh, okay. Are you singing a song for us?
Yeah, I'm going to sing a song that I did a few years ago called "You Part the Waters," which talks about impossible situations and how when you see the water standing up, you realise God is Lord over all. And it's just kind of reminds
So
me.
you wrote
of,
this a while back?
Yeah, it's a long back in 2001 or something.
Oh, wow, okay. So
And,
you've sung it here before, have you?
I've sung it here at the Facebook Live concert.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Funnily enough, that's the first time we really did Facebook Live at the church,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
But I'm inviting back Simon Collins, well, the people who are on that video, I'm inviting back Simon Collins, Alex Coombs.
Oh, wow.
So that'd be really lovely
It's
to
like
see them
getting
again.
the old band back together.
Yeah, just for that
One
song.
last
And,
time.
yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. And going into November, obviously, when you leave, we've got Remembrance Service, and that's going to be one of the first services that Dan is employed to be part of, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah,
And that's
that's
going to be
right.
different because we'd usually do all age, wouldn't we? And we'd have a bugle, and it would be
Yeah.
a really good time. But that's going to be quite different this year, isn't it?
Again, it's going to be, well, in the nation, it's going to be very different as well as here at Orpington Baptist Church. I've heard this morning that the latest news is that they're not having a gathering around the war memorial.
the cenotaph. Okay.
Here in Orpington.
Oh, right.
The cenotaph in London is happening.
They are still
although
doing it.
They are still doing it, but being very carefully with smaller numbers and social distancing. And of course, we're observing Remembrance Sunday here in the church as well. I've asked Gary to sing a solo at it as well as part of worship that day.
I don't know if anyone's seen him sing on the video that he shared on Facebook.
Yeah, at the national.
I didn't. No.
National
Yeah, really
War
lovely.
Memorial.
Because he was away a
Lovely
few weeks
video.
ago, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he's sung many times here, and his voice just blows me away when he sings. It's so powerful, and I think actually the acoustics in this church complement him as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
sings, he's
Yeah,
he's
actually,
that
he
good.
posted a video of something he did in this church,
Oh,
and
right,
it
okay.
just sounded amazing,
Yeah.
just from a phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just
So
sounded good.
Look forward
really
to
good.
that. Come to that. Book for that service too.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, yeah, we can't have the bugle on.
No,
Remembrance.
that's right.
So,
no.
and we'd usually tune in to the
cenotaph.
cenotaph,
Yeah,
wouldn't we, for
I
that
think
time?
we'll
We should
I think we'll
hopefully
do
still
that.
be able to
yes,
do that.
Yes, I think we can do
'cause
that.
that's still quite nice
Yeah,
to do, isn't
that's
it?
why I checked that it was happening.
Sanjay,
because,
note that we need to talk about that this afternoon as well.
Yeah, okay. Yes, yes.
Who's doing what this Sunday, Martin? Just before we sign off.
I'm preaching. We've got a worship band with Dan leading.
Sorry, do you know
and
what? My brain has just gone into, I can't remember.
Sarah playing,
What you-
Cookway and Jen
This Sunday.
This Sunday.
I got my daughter Katie doing the family
Oh,
talk.
fantastic.
Got Joan Collins doing
Right.
the prayers.
Wow, brilliant.
Ahu doing the reading, I
Oh,
think.
good. Oh, and
So
I'm talking
lots-
about shoebox.
Lots
yes.
of involvement. You're talking about the
Shoebox,
shoe
yep,
boxes.
brilliant.
Yeah, so lots
And we're
going
full.
on.
I mean, there are still a handful of seats for people that arrive on the day that are
Yes,
new
that's right.
guests,
Yeah.
etc. But in terms of seats and reserved seats that we're allowed to take, we are packed. And I tell you what's good, the heating works now. We're allowed to do the heating
Yeah.
lawfully. So it's
Innovatively.
not- yeah. Thanks
Yes,
to Theo
that's
again
good.
for that, actually, because that means as it gets colder, we won't in the church. We won't all be huddled in our bubbles trying to stay warm.
And if anyone sees me on Sunday looking for my mask, just remind me it's around my neck.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well,
That's
it's
fantastic.
great to share with you guys.
Yes.
Extra dimension this week. With,
Yeah,
with-
looking left
with
and right,
John with
Martin.
us. It's lovely.
Keep you on your
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah. Just Orpington Baptist Church news saying God bless you and hope to see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.